Alright, folks. Always am off position here. Welcome back. This is the final segment. We're going to be really quick. This is, again, just a free free webcam, internet preview of Sports with the Boys. I actually don't do this show solo. I'm Anthony Alford, by the way. Nothing. But I'm Brad Korfman. He's my co-host. We host Sports with the Boys. This is an internet preview. Part of the reason why we're doing this because, well, we got bumped off of WBGU 88.1 FM tonight just because women's basketball here at BG, they got a very good women's basketball team here. And the station is the flagship home. And so we wasn't informed of that, so we showed up to the studio, and then the Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization, which I'm also part of, showed up too, and our show got kicked off. I actually ended up staying because I had to do board op for the game anyhow. So, learn a lot about the board and stuff. College is great. One of the features that we have on our show that you can hear every Monday night at 6 on 88.1 FM, WBGU, here in the Bowling Green area, Bowling Green, Ohio area, or WBGUFM.com, is I have my top 5 power rankings and the most, and then the one team that's the worst team in the NFL, but I'm kind of considering changing it to like the most disappointing team, because that's kind of what this week's theme is. I'll get to that in a little bit. I'm going to make this quick, so I'm not going to really have that much description on each of these teams. But real quickly, the top teams, the New England Patriots. Number one, they find ways to win. They trade away Randy Moss. They get back Deion Branch. They have more of a progressive type offense, more so than a launch it down the field type offense. They're still, what can I say? They're still getting it done. So New England Patriots, and they have the best record in the league right now at 6-1. So you have to put the team of the 2000 decade, the New England Patriots, in that slot. Number 2, a team that's been my number 1 team for the past 4 weeks, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers. When you lose, more than likely, I wasn't. Until I saw the standings, I was actually going to keep Pittsburgh at number 1, but I see how much improvement New England is showing, so I moved them past Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, to me, still has the most complete team in the league. So that's why the Steelers, despite them losing, only drops down 1 spot to number 2. And I'm being unbiased as possible because I'm a Browns fan. And the Steelers have been in the top of my rankings for weeks. So, if you watch my show, you know my preference for that. Number 3, I have the Baltimore Ravens, top defense. They now have Anquan Bolden. It's offense, I think. This spot, the next 3, I was going to put the Jets in here, but I think Joe Flacco is more prepared to carry his team in Baltimore than Mark Sanchez is to carry his team in New York. Number 4 is the other New York team, the New York Giants. Right now, they're the best team in the NFC. Right now, through the regular season process. Again, like I said, throughout the year, the NFC is vastly inferior to the AFC right now. And really, for the NFC, is insert your best team here at this point in the standings. But right now, Eli Manning, Ahmad Bradshaw, they have things clicking right now with the New York Jets. Number 5, I know they went to overtime with the Buffalo Bills. I know you went to overtime with the Buffalo Bills. But here's a team in the Kansas City Chiefs. They built the same system that was established with the Patriots. They have the same back earlier last decade. You have the same coordinators, the exact same coordinators. You have the same GM who knows what they're doing. And Matt Castle, he may not be the most talented quarterback, but high, but your job as a coach, Ty Haley is doing this. Your job as a coach is to maximize his strengths and minimize his weaknesses. And that's what they do. Kansas City does not beat themselves. You have to go in and beat the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs are not getting as much credit as they deserve because they may not have, and they don't have as much talent as some of the other big time teams like Indy and New England, Pittsburgh, those teams. Kansas City is a team I promise you, you do not want to face in the postseason because Kansas City is going to do some damage, and they're for real. The worst team this week, even though Buffalo is winless, they're not the worst team. I have the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I have the Dallas Cowboys. A team. Now that's Tony Romo-less. Not that at this point really made much of a difference, but now, like I said on the show on Monday, this team, when you watch them play, when you watch the Cowboys play, it's like watching paint dry. They don't even try. They don't even try to go out there and win. They just show up expecting their talents to take over and get them the victory. And I heard Roy Williams say something very interesting. He was like, well, we have the top offense, one of the top 5 offenses in the league. We have one of the top 5 defenses in the league. Yet, at the time, it was 1-4. Now they're 1-6 or 7. Why is that the case? Well, you turn the football over. You commit stupid penalties. You don't execute. And you just freaking show up. The NFL is not a league where you just show up. If you just show up to play, especially this season where almost every team is on the same level as everybody else, you're not going to win. You're not going to win football games. And we gave them Tony Romo's, they had the talent there. Like, how could this team be running whatever, and they have all the talent in the world? When you don't show up to play in the NFL, that's exactly what happens. When you celebrate every little thing, like you won the Super Bowl, even though you're still down, that's how you have the record that you have. That's how everything around you becomes worthless. That's how you don't even make the playoffs. You're out of playoff contention after October in a conference where every other team has a chance. I'd like to thank Brad, obviously my co-host. I'd like to thank as well Ethan for coming, and Patrick. He actually was here, even though we don't have his segment actually. I don't mean to be mean, but it was kind of not built for this. So Ethan and Patrick, they'll be on Monday. Patrick will have the Urban Dictionary definition of the day. But we'll talk sports as well. We'll, on Monday's show on WBGU 88.1, we will have NFL reaction. We will have as well BCS reaction, NFL reaction, and all the top stories in the world of sports with me and Brad. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this free preview of the WBGU FM telecast here. Sports with the Boys. We're on every Monday, 6 to 7. And that's followed by the Arno Variety Show from 7 to 8. We'll see you this Monday. From, well, my room. From my room, I should say. Obviously.